Welcome to this video on Is Christian FROMville premiere? And there's one show I cannot wait to see again. It's from season 3. It's one of those shows where my theories flow so much, it's easy to get lost in the meaning of it all. I've been studying and rewatching the show for the 5th time. As this channel has been built on my theories and predictions, I decided that it's time to go back to FROMville and write a new one. I want to explore how DAV didn't truly escape from Bill, and that she's in another dream state, as well as other theories about what it all means. Welcome, and let's begin. Okay, going into this theory, I wanted to explore how the show works as a nightmare SL dream. And if there's a dream, then explore more of the symbolism of it all. Somehow, when the characters arrive into the town, it's like a nightmare. They arrive from somewhere and end up in this town that is truly a nightmare SL dream. So, in a way, it's another state of existence. I have some confirmations that this is true. This is shown when the colony house was attacked, and Victor saved Julie. He does this by taking her through the faraway tree. How is this even possible that Julie arrives in another location? Another confirmation of this is when Boyd enters the faraway tree in season 1, and he wakes up in the nightmare SL trap in the tavern. Victor says the faraway trees are temperamental that way, which could mean that the nature in FROMville is unpredictable. Something that we're going to expect and see in season 3, as the season is going to explore the cold weather and the snow. I always think that if faraway trees are getaway to other time periods, like how Boyd took that number and arrived in a time where the tavern is good, and when he escapes, it's all destroyed, and how he's able to enter with the fire. It's as if the bottle tree containing the number acted as a temporal lock, transporting him to a specific moment in the tavern's history. Or by doing so, they're able to go in other people's dream and nightmares. So, by doing so, he entered the subconscious of Martin. There are 2 ways of seeing it. I like the one that they're entering the subconscious mind of other people by doing like what we see with Martin. That this is confirmed by the bottle tree and how it's needed to move across from Bill, but also how the dog appears to be in the past, as both we saw him when Victor was a young kid, and now multiple times, including when Boyd escaped from the tavern. This dog, in both timelines, is the most concrete evidence we have so far that Tabitha is still trapped in a hospital. Awakening is not a true escape. Even the dog can exist across these 2 time periods, and that Boyd saw him after the destruction of the Muse box. Then the line between FROMville reality and the outside world are definitely unclear. So, how does this connect to Tabitha? Well, that's why this is a game changer for the Tabitha is still trapped theory. This indicates a link between FROMville, various timelines, and the hospital where Tabitha is supposed to be saved. This goes beyond the symbol or the unsettling parallels between ABY's words and Tabitha awakening. It's not real, it's nightmare. Only way for us to go home is to wake everyone up. The writers have intentionally planted this detail, knowing its implication is too specific to be a coincidence or an oversight. How something that is in both places? This confirms more about the theory that all in FROMville is a nightmare SL dream. This is a direct message to the audience. Trust nothing, question everything. So now, we have to view Tabitha's hospital room as the potential manipulated environment. Not all escape similarities to the symbol, the lack of clear transition, and her hasty memories can all be interpreted as evidence of the town's ongoing influence. Perhaps Tabitha is still trapped in a dream or carefully constructed illusion that mirrors the real world but contains subtle distortions and manipulations like the logo and her reflection in the mirror. Sometimes when you see yourself in the mirror, it's not clear and hazy. So, that's why now the hospital could be a simulated environment, a controlled experiment where TAV is being observed or manipulated for some unknown purpose. The revelation about the dog breaks the questions for TAV and everyone connected to the town. If there's no true escape, then the characters must find a different way to confront the town's forces, to understand its rules, and to potentially break the cycle. This confirms that when Tabitha escaped, she's not really in a real place. It's just in another dream SL state. But there's an image of DAV with the same clothes that she had when she escaped, too, confirming that she didn't truly escape. If there's no true escape, then the characters must find a different way to confront the town forces, to understand its rules, and to potentially break the cycle. This is seen with the arrival of the bus, bringing a whole new wave of terrified individuals. It's a crucial turning point in FROMville and strongly suggests that breaking the cycle is indeed at the heart of the show. But what cycle? I'm going to explain that in a moment. Here's why this event is so significant and how it supports the theory. Well, the bus's arrival dramatically increased the population of FROMville, draining resources, tensions, and adding to the town's sense of instability. This disruption to the established order is a clear sign that the cycle is being challenged, or at least evolving. This is also shown with Tabitha digging in the house, Jim talking through the radio. The new characters bring fresh perspectives, anxieties, and skills to the town. Their arrival forces the existing residents to confront their own unsatisfaction, potentially pushing them towards action or change. A theory about this is that the Beau in White may be the one who decides who to bring into the town. He's not a bad person, but that's his curse. But yes, in my opinion, the arrival of the bus emphasized the need for collaboration. Characters, both old and new, must learn to work together, to share resources, sense, and to pool their knowledge. If they hope is only done at in episode 9, when Elgin explains what the music bus was come on. So, yes, throughout the shows, we have seen evidence of previous cycles, the lighthouse dates, Victor's long history, Crucifer Journal, and the remnants of past lives scattered through the town. The arrival of the bus could signify a critical point in this grand experiment. Perhaps this is a cycle that will break free, or perhaps it will become a catalyst for even greater horrors. Obviously, each character carries their own personal traumas, and the town amplifies this, perpetuating a cycle of suffering. Each character has the potential to break their own personal cycles by confronting their fears, delving into the past, and choosing to forgive themselves and others. Obviously, the town manipulates all the inhabitants by offering glimpses of hope. We see the radio transmission, the potential for escape, DAV, but also with Jade. His concern and analytical mind make him resistant to the town's manipulations. If he can find a way to help the others see through the illusions, it could lead to a collective rejection of the hope-despair cycle. However, knowing he saw something in the cave, his path may be chaotic and repeating the same cycle that Christopher had. So, as we can see, we're seeing the cycle repeating over and over again. DAV is doing the same thing that Victor's mother did, Jade is doing the thing that PFER did, and so on. So, this is how it's connecting. Obviously, there's a huge story with the town. If we go to the caves, we're starting to get more of the history. First, in my opinion, the big red monster. This is the big monster that is the big bad that is controlling everything when he was in control. People arrive by boat, as we can see in the image, or his goal was affected. I imagine that he was doing crazy stuff by creating the monsters. This is confirmed by the dream of DAV, when she saw JY upside down and the blood was being dripped. I think that is how the monsters were created. This is confirmed in the experiment, or in the dissection of the body that it was done by Kristi. So, we are starting to see how things are repeating but understanding more of the town's rules, which in my opinion are constantly shifting. The arrival of the bus, the escalating nightmares, and the introduction of new threats indicate that the experiment is evolving. No character might be the hero. I imagine that all of them have to require a collective effort, as we know nightmares are echoes that confirm the terrifying nature of the characters' dreams of this creation process. Their minds are fascinating with the town's collective trauma and the red monster's power. I also have to confirm something we have seen before, that the characters are dream-walking, a dream something that we saw with a lot of the characters. And this, in my opinion, confirms DAV that she is in this hospital, is more than a dream. Now, on the dates of the On the Lighthouse, I think that this is just different cycles of different people that arrive that have to do the same thing that the characters are doing now. So, it's been years and years. People have to stop. I don't know if it's the darkness or the spell or not sure what it is. Hopefully, this is explained in future episodes or well in season 3. But that's my theory for today. What your DOS on all of this? I love this show so much that my theories flow so much that I cannot stop talking about it. There's other stuff that I cannot wait to discuss in future videos. But thank you so much for watching. My name is Kian from Being Premiere, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.